In this video, we will learn about types of data. So the first thing we need to differentiate is quantitative versus qualitative. And quantitative data consists of numbers representing counts or measurement. So say we look at this picture, we could say height of the dog, the weight of the dog, inches of snow. These would all be numbers that represent measurements. Now, qualitative data, these are categorical. And these consist of names or labels. And sometimes they're coded with numbers if the numbers are replacing names. That's like an account number. The account number is just replacing your name, so that would still be qualitative, even though it's a number. Jersey number would also be the same. It's just replacing a name. It's identifying you as a number. So some qualitative data in this picture would be the dog breed and fur color. So that is quantitative versus qualitative. So next we're going to learn about discrete versus continuous. So discrete is quantitative data that is finite or countable. So say the number of clouds in this picture. We can count how many clouds there are. You wouldn't say, oh, there's half a cloud. You would just say there's 10 clouds. And the number of hoodoos. So hoodoos are these rock formations. If you count up number of rock formations, you'd say, oh, there's 100 hoodoos. You wouldn't say, oh, there's 10.5. So those are discrete. Discrete are always whole numbers. It could be number of people, number of slices of pizza, those kind of things. And then we have continuous. So this is quantitative data that has infinite possible values. So it's not countable. So your height, you can be, for your height, 5 feet, 4.2 inches. The temperature can be 87.3 degrees. Time just keeps on going, it's continuous. You can keep getting smaller from minutes to seconds, milliseconds, and so on. So because you can get smaller values, it would be continuous. And these ones can have decimal places. So the discrete, or these whole numbers, continuous, can have decimal places. So the last thing we're going to talk about is levels of measurement, and these are the ones that students often get confused. So the first one is nominal. So nominal is categories only, and the data cannot be arranged in any order. So for example, in this picture, the color of the people's jackets. You can't arrange black and blue and gray in any order. So these are just nominal. The type of tree, so if we have an oak tree or a pine tree, you can't put those in any order numerically either. So those would be nominal. Another example would be a music genre. So pop music, alternative, rap music, you can't put these in any numerical order either. So those would just be categories, they would just be nominal. The next one's ordinal. And this means data can be arranged in order, but differences are meaningless. So, for example, this hike was easy, moderate to difficult. This hike was probably difficult. But going from an easy to a moderate hike, it isn't, oh, this one was exactly 5 miles longer, or this one was an hour longer. The differences aren't the same. The differences are meaningless. First place, second place, third place. So say you're doing a race and someone makes first place, someone makes second place, someone makes third place. The time between them finishing the race is not going to be the same. So the differences are meaningless, but you can still put them in order. These ones can also be like stars when you're reviewing something at Amazon, or how hot something is at Buffalo Wild Wings. Those things that are categories that you put in order are ordinal. So they're not numbers, they're categories, but they can still be put in order from least to greatest or from greatest to least. The next one is interval. Interval is used the least often. These ones have meaningful differences, but it does not start at 0. So for example, temperature in Fahrenheit. Our Fahrenheit scale does not start at 0. It can go lower than 0. You can have negative degrees. But the differences are meaningful. So 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, they're all the same difference apart. The next one, years a team won the World Cup. So say they won in 2010, 2014. The years do not start at 0. So our year system can go before 0. So these would not be starting at 0, but they would have difference between them. So 4 years between them, 8 years between them would be greater than 4 years between them, and so on. So the last one is ratio, and ratio is probably the most common one. So these ones have natural 0 starting point, and differences are meaningful. So height, you start 0 height, and you get taller and taller. So weight, there can be 0 weight, and then the weight gets greater. The starting point for time is 0. Starting point for your age, that would also be 0, because you start at birth is 0. And last, speed of walking, you can be standing still, 0, and as you move, your speed can increase. So that is all of our types and levels of measurement and our types of data. So you can go ahead and move on to the practice and see how you do with these.